Hello, this is Daniel Wolfson at Sentinel Food Court Racer on YouTube.com. Today I will be talking about health and what's important to keep healthy as a 42-year-old, somewhat affluent, schizophrenic male. As a teenager, I was a competitive cyclist. I had a low body mass index, meaning my ratio of weight to height was low. Like I said, I was a competitive cyclist and I had overuse strain in my knees. But my feet were pretty taken care of with my special cycling shoes and pedals. I had gone to get cleat fittings at Belmont Wheelworks by some of the best pros in the business. Jonathan Alice, Princeton graduate and three-time Olympian, did my cleat fittings, and I'm very grateful for that. After college, I developed a full episode of schizophrenia and slowly rehabbed my body and mind with many things: psychotherapy, psychiatry, medications, day program, but also walking. And I didn't really use special shoes. I had Nike Airs. I did about a half an hour, 40-minute walk pretty much every day. And slowly that developed into running. And I got up to running 13, 14 miles 3 days a week, 2 days a week, 1 day a week. I would test my aptitude on the Charles River Greenway to the Museum of Science and really absorb all of the scenic nature of the Charles River. I eventually developed something in my knee that I thought might be iliotibial band syndrome. Just some band kind of on my knee just felt very tight and uncomfortable. And in the later part of my years as a competitive cyclist, I had gone to the late and world's renowned podiatrist based out of Middleton, Rhode Island, Bill Peterson, MD. And he fashioned me a pair of insoles somewhat like these with a medial post, heel cap, flexible front. And they worked pretty well for me for a while, but they required that I use a somewhat high volume, a flat lasted shoe, and one that was pretty stiff, because the arches were the insoles were very significantly posted. So if I put it in a contoured last bike shoe, they just didn't fit right. So anyway, when I developed that iliotibial band syndrome, I went again and found these kind of super feet. And I also bought a pair of minimal cross-country racing shoes, and I thought that I would run on the Belmont Reservoir on the dirt path with my minimal cross-country shoes and my insoles, and I would rehab my feet and knees, and it worked pretty well. And eventually I got back to my running and got back to running my long distance runs and doing my weight training and doing my biking. But in the last 10 years of my mental illness leading up to today, I was a smoker, about a pack a day smoker on and off. And now that I'm quitting that habit, at least trying to, I've gained a pretty significant amount of weight. I went from being about 150 pounds in 2006 to being 195 today. So my feet, my knees, my hips, and my back require a lot. My arches are basically fallen at this point, and and yeah, so it's and my feet have unique specialities. They're low volume. I have a low instep, a low arc, narrow feet. So I've been trying to do with, your basic cross country cross training shoes, and they work really well. These are New Balance 608s, and I highly recommend them. But they're pretty stiff shoes. They have a shank, and with these super feet orthotics, the arch of the orthotic juts up into my arch, and occasionally I get a lot of foot pain because I exercise a lot. I don't drive a car, so the exercise level gets high and overuse takes over. As a result, I use Bengay or something of the nature of it, muscle rub, um, ultra strength, and that works really well on my arch. Um, I'm not a doctor, I can't recommend it, but acetaminophen, 1,000 milligrams every 6 to 8 hours is what my doctor recommended instead of ibuprofen, which can worsen blood pressure a lot. And there's a lot of PT exercises to do for plantar fasciitis, including using this roller, which I got many years ago, and ankle rolls, ankle push pulls, toe curls, all kinds of things. So, cheers and have a wonderful weekend. All the best.